Hello, and welcome to the audio application WAV. WAV allows users to stream music, podcasts, and audiobooks. WAV comes with great new features like podcast video, read-along mode, and a more robust podcast creator experience. Let's get started. Our first user has a free account. They would like to check how many audiobook listens they have remaining this month. With WAV, free users have a limited number of audio listens for music, podcasts, and audiobooks. So for this, we'll check in our settings. Settings is located up here. And then next, since this is for audio usage, we'll select audio usage. And we have little indicators telling you how many remain for the month. For music, we have 107 out of 250. That's pretty low. So here we have this light blue indicator showing you that's at a lower status. Down here we have podcasts with 12 out of 25. That's about halfway, so that indicator is purple. And then at the bottom, audiobooks, we only have one remaining. We've used 4 out of 5, so that indicator is red to let you know that you are almost out. So we'll click this, and this card will pop up, giving you more details about your remaining listens that you have for the month. Again, you can see 4 out of 5. This little indicator bar shows you how many, sort of like a percentage. Okay, we can also see on this list all the books that we've read for the past few months or so. Now that we've figured that out, let's go back home and pick out a book. So we'll select back, go down to our bottom navigation, select home. So now we're back home and I'd like to scroll down to audiobooks. Let's see what the most popular audiobook is this week. So I'll click the most popular audiobooks here. We can see it's already defaulting to the most popular this week. You can also narrow down this list by month or year if you would like. Here we can see Atlas of the Heart is the #1 book of the week, so we'll go ahead and select that. Here's our overall information page about the book. I'm a little bit more interested in what else we can see or learn about the book, so we'll click the More button here. Once I hit this More button, you can see with this book, we're able to download, share, investigate the author page, or add it to a library. Another feature that we have on WAV is the read-along mode. That's actually something I'd like to go ahead and start now. So I'll click read-along mode here, and you can see the text as the audiobook plays. Okay, that's user 1. Let's move on to our second user. This user has a family account with unlimited access to all WAV features. This user today would like to find a podcast where Janelle Monáe has been interviewed. They're a big fan of Janelle Monáe and want to learn more about her. So to do that, we'll go down to the search and select search. Once here, we'll go up to the search bar and enter her name, Janelle Monáe. Oh, looks like I misspelled it. Below you can see recommendations. This one looks right. I'll go ahead and select this user page. And there she is. All the information for Janelle Monáe pops up. We see all top hits. So there's a general artist page, top results that include a playlist, her latest album, older albums, and popular songs. There's also an ebook. Since this user is interested in podcasts, I'll go ahead and click the podcast tab up top. Now this will show all featured podcasts with Janelle Monáe instead of her music. This one up top looks good, and here we are with Janelle Monáe past and present. Let's go ahead and play the podcast. Okay, it's sounding good. I'd actually like to view the podcast video. It's an exclusive feature on WAV where users can watch actual video recordings of a podcast. So to do that, we'll click the More button. Here again, you can see download, share, go to podcast, add to library as it was with audiobooks. But for this, we'd like to play the podcast video. And here we are. We have a video featuring Janelle Monáe with this interview. All right, I am finished with this video, so let's go back home. So we'll click the back, select the bottom navigation to go home. Now the user would like to explore some new music that's been recommended to them. So first we'll click Just For You. Now you can see all the music that's been recommended to the user. Up top we have new music, then we have based on recent plays, and at the bottom are some recommended mixes. So let's go ahead and click this. This looks like the same artwork that I saw earlier. Great, now here's the whole album. So let's go ahead and play it. Okay, great, that sounds awesome. Now I want to go ahead and add this song to a playlist. So we'll hit the More button, and again, we see similar menu options. So now we'll select the one that says Add to Playlist. On our Add to Playlist page, you can see I have the options of adding it to a new playlist. I can search within my existing playlists, or I can sort my playlist by number of plays, recently added, or other options. For now, I'm just interested in adding to an existing playlist, so I'll scroll down. I know this is Latino music, so I'd like to add it to my Latinx mix. And there we go, added to my playlist. Okay, let's take a look at our final user. This user is a podcast creator. And this user wants to look at which one of their podcasts has the most listens. So let's check out their settings page. We'll click up here. As you can see, a podcast creator settings are a little bit different. We have a podcast dashboard, so we'll go ahead and select that. We can see the analytics from the last 30 days by default. We can also see our total subscribers, the number of downloads, and number of devices. We can also see the percentage of whether they've gone up or down in the last 30 days. On the left, we can see our total hours listened, then we can see our total number of users that are subscribed, and then the percent of consumption per episode. Looks good. Now I'd like to look at my most listened to podcast episode. So we'll select all episodes. Here you can see that it's organized by default by most recent. So season 2, episode 15 is our most recent episode. I'd like to look at the most listens, so we'll go ahead and hit the sort button. We'll go ahead and select most listens. And now we can see that our list has been reorganized by most listens. Now we can see 945, 911, or 852 listens for the top 3. So it looks like season 2, episode 15 is our most listened to episode. Now I'd like to go ahead and add a new podcast. So we'll go ahead back to our dashboard. We're going to go ahead and add a new episode. So here we'll need to enter the link to our podcast RSS feed. We'll enter that here. Once that's entered, we can hit submit. Oh, it looks like this link is awaiting approval. We'll have to check our email or our podcast dashboard for updates at another time. So until then, let's go ahead and add another episode. So we're back at the beginning. We enter our RSS feed. We have a new link here. We'll click submit. RSS link approved. Great. Now we need to enter a little bit more information about our podcast. So first, where is our podcast created? These guys are in Canada, so we'll scroll down. There it is, Canada. Primary language spoken in the podcast is English, so we'll scroll down, select English. Who is our hosting provider? They are called Poppin' Podcasts. And the primary category, these guys think they're pretty funny, so we'll put comedy. Now that that's completed, our submit button appears. We'll go ahead and click submit. Your podcast was successfully posted. Great. And we head back to our dashboard. All right, that's user 3. And thank you for watching my video of the new audio application, WAV.